Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining. Uh, Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Ayagari with Rodox. I'm a pediatrician in the Wilmington, Delaware area, and I am launching a company with Rodox, a telemedicine. Today, I'd like to talk to you about hot topics of my series In the News. And one thing that's obviously been on everybody's mind is, hey, what is going on with school? So I have a couple of perspectives, based on being a doctor and a mother. So I guess we'll go with the doctor part first. As you know, coronavirus is a respiratory spread virus. It's aerosolized into droplets, and it does depend on being close in transmission to other people. It spread from people to people, and the theory is that originally it was from an animal source and it mutated. So that's why we talk about social distancing and masking. Recently, there was a story with a reporter who did a petri dish experiment where he put a mask on and he sneezed and coughed and sang, and then he did those same activities without a mask. And if you look at those petri dishes, there's significant amount of growth when he did not have a mask. It's exponential. And I think that likening this virus to just a simple case of the flu is misleading. Flu, many times you can recover. It does have deadly consequences. That's why there's a vaccine. Coronavirus, we don't have a vaccine at this time. It's in development, and honestly, with any vaccine, you need a lot of trials to make sure it's safe in humans. Now, the other part of this is, I miss my friends, and I'm in the office and I'm seeing patients and I'm double masked and it's getting hot and it is really tough for us to spread, to decrease transmission as well, and we're double masked. With sick patients, we have a TB mask, a face shield. With regular, just non-ill patients, we're trying to do a surgical mask and a face shield. So I think that I'm pretty well protected. But then, are you going to do those things in a social setting? So that begs the question of school. From a doctor perspective, I would love to see people have more social development, interaction, all those milestones that we look for, responsibility, interacting with people, your teachers, learning. There's a certain energy that you get from being around people that you don't get online. So yes, I would love for the kids to go back. And I know the AAP recently put out a statement and then they backtracked a little bit, issuing a caveat that you have to have correct social distancing and safety procedures in place, which I totally agree with. We can't just expect, the kids to just wander back in at the same capacities. From a mother perspective, I have two kids in high school, and my son is a senior, my daughter's going to be a sophomore, and this lack of social activity is tough. Anxiety, depression, just mood changes. I really don't think we were designed to see people 24/7, especially our family. I think we're designed to see a little bit of our friends, coworkers, neighbors, and then see our family as well as part of our life, but not everything all the time. So I think it's hard on everyone. So here's the mom perspective. I would love for them to stay home and do online classes and be protected. But at the same time, I want them to see their friends. So honestly, our high school is pretty crowded, and I think it would be hard. I think naturally kids want to be close to each other and talk and socialize and tell each other things. What to do? How do you maintain 6 feet apart? Is 3 feet enough? Are you going to mandate masks? Are you going to penalize them for not putting a mask on? Here's the question. I worry about teachers. I want them protected as well. I don't want them to be exposed to too much, so we have to really protect the teachers who are just really saints that are teaching our kids. I really have the utmost respect for teachers. So what do? Do you say, hey, why don't we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one cohort of kids in group A, however you divide your high school, go to class, and then the B group go on Thursday, Friday, and then you flip-flop the next week? Does that work? I don't know. I think it depends on your school population. What do you do if a kid can't wear a mask? Do you say, okay, don't wear a mask, but you have to go home? What do you do if they get sick? Because you've got regular childhood illnesses, then you've got could it be COVID illness, because the symptoms are rather vague. So I'm just thinking through this because as a doctor, my goal is, hey, what is life-threatening? And then can I address that first? And if it's not life-threatening, what can I do to increase quality of life? So today I'm just thinking through it out loud, and if you have any comments, please let me know of things that I might have missed. But I think that one might be a practical proposal, is to alternate the amount of kids in the school. Do you use the outdoor spaces? We're lucky enough in our area to have a lot of outdoor space. Do you do the tents? I remember growing up in Memphis, we had extensions of classrooms in the public schools, and they were like trailers with open air, and they had desks in it and no air conditioning. We didn't have anything indoors or outdoors. And we would have classes outside. Do we utilize that? Do we utilize a party tent with a covering and put them out there? It's one thought. We do have a lot of space. What do you do with busing? How do you enforce that? These poor bus drivers, they have a crazy amount of kids as it is. How do you maintain discipline on the bus, plus put the masking? I give a hand to our superintendent and others on the planning committee. I really am impressed with the technology that our district has done to help with online school. Some people might argue, hey, online was easier. I argue it's better than nothing. At least they learned. And it is a new reality in the name of public safety. There are cases, although not as many as adults, of kids getting really sick and passing on. And I think that we can't diminish that, because the problem is when you have multi-generational contact and just social activities, you can spread it to other people even if you're asymptomatic, which is why I would really be mindful about masking. And I know I'm only human, I forget. I'm with friends, we're social distancing, I take a drink of my drink and I put it down and I forget to put the mask back on because it's just not, a normal that we're used to. I'm busy talking, laughing, I'm trying to socialize. It's hard. And I can't imagine how kids are going to be doing this. Other things to consider is, touching things, bathrooms, water fountains, where do you eat lunch if you're going to social distance? How do you do plays? How do you do sports? I just don't know what the answer is, so I'm open to discussion. But from a doctor perspective, I would mask up and try to divide up the school into cohorts and use your outdoor space as much as you can, weather permitting, to space the kids and still do instruction as much as you can in person. Have some kind of protocol to check that everyone's keeping their mask over their nose and mouth, not just the mouth, because this is where aerosolized particles can come out as well. I notice a lot of people keep their noses out, and honestly, that's not helping anybody. So please cover your nose. So those are my thoughts from both a doctor and a mom perspective. Happy to discuss. If you find this useful, just to open discussion and debate, please share with family and friends. Again, I'm Dr. Ayagari. I'm with Rodox. I'm a pediatrician here in the Wilmington, Delaware area. I did inpatient pediatrics and outpatient pediatrics, and now I'm venturing into the world of telemedicine with Dr. Rowe. And I'm open to comments. Thank you for your time.